Good morning. My name is Yoav, co-founder of Valuer Startup, here at the Samsung Innovation Center in Tel Aviv, bringing you our video lecture series entitled From Vision to Business. We want to walk you through the process, specifically focused on the business, financial, and operational aspects of being a startup founder. So, you want to be an entrepreneur. You have some amazing idea to address some issue. It can be complex, like reducing redundancy in data transfer, or seemingly simple, like an automated notification if my bus is running late. But where do you begin? What steps do you take to change your vision into an actual business? Before putting in effort to build a product, it is critical to understand how others have already addressed these issues. In what ways is this problem currently being solved? In other words, what solutions, other than your idea, already exist? This is called doing a competitive analysis. The reality is that practically every problem or issue you can think of already has a solution. It may be poor or inefficient or costly, but someone is probably already trying to address the problem you are trying to solve. So the point of doing competitive analysis is understanding who these current players are in your space, gaining insight as to why they have succeeded or failed, understanding how to convert users to customers, benchmarking to the products and features that are already in the market space, and figuring out how these competitors differentiate between themselves. In addition, a competitive analysis will give you insight into the white space that is currently being overlooked or inadequately addressed by the competition. This is where you should consider positioning your new product. This is known as your value proposition. So rather than just doing some online ad hoc search, there's a practical way to start your competitive analysis to make it more efficient with the underlying goal of always keeping an eye on your potential value proposition. Step 1. Figure out who your initial core target market is. Sit and think about your product, and then list out every feature of your product that you can envision. It can be detailed or not. List out the benefits of each feature as you envision them, and finally match these benefits to the target audience that could best be interested in this feature. So for the remainder of the lecture, we'll go through the steps with a tangible example. Consider a dating app. I'm fed up with some solutions that seem too seedy, while other solutions seem too disconnected for reality. My dating app, I envision a product that works in real time with real interactions and not just virtual connections. These are the features I envision for this dating app product. I want real-world interactions in real-world locations. I want to automatically filter out those who aren't serious, and I want to encourage face-to-face meetings. Here are the matching benefits. For real-world interactions, the benefit is that I don't have to be in pressured or contrived situations like bars or clubs. Filtering out those who aren't serious gives me the benefit of only focusing on high-quality matching, for myself possibly, but mostly for the users. And finally, encouraging real-world interactions has the benefit of avoiding the potentially fictitious or unreal online profiles. Given all of this, I believe my product would appeal to a slightly older demographic, maybe in their 30s or 40s. These are people who are looking for something serious. They're less likely to really just focus on a digital dating experience. And they really don't have the time or patience to sort through a lot of unnecessary dating experience. In addition, I want people who are social and active and still hopeful of finding a potential mate. Now I can begin a targeted search of dating apps that are marketed to this specific older demographic. It's not just the names of the competitors I'm looking for. I want a detailed list of quite a number of attributes, any attribute I can think of that's relevant. I want to deep dive into how these competitors function, what differentiates between them, the market segments, whether it's demographic or geographic, growth, marketing channels, market share if possible, their users and customer base, any products and features, maybe pricing differences, feedbacks, reviews, and on and on and on. Any attribute that I think is relevant for this niche. So I've organized them into this table. Of course, this is only a partial list, but you can see on the top I've listed out all of the competitors, and in the Y column I've listed out all the attributes, and I list out and fill out the table. I noticed something right away. all of my competitors are strictly online without any offline component. This ties perfectly to my niche initial features and objectives that I set out, specifically that I want to encourage real-world interactions in real-world settings. So I'm thinking that maybe I can ground this dating experience through the app in an actual physical location. Maybe a coffee shop, someplace that's familiar and safe and easygoing and everyone feels comfortable there. So I have an idea of what to pursue, which fits nicely into my initial goals. Now I can start thinking about formalizing an actual strategy for a business around this value proposition. I like the idea of coffee shops, and maybe they can benefit from this as well. Maybe I can find a way of engaging them and monetizing through some revenue sharing mechanism. And if that works, I can offer the app completely for free to end users, which is another benefit. So in summary, before you start launching and building a product, I want to understand what my competitors are doing. Competitive analysis around the features and objectives that I have set out for my product is key. So I want to deep dive into my competition and understand what makes them succeed and fail, and what area hasn't been properly developed, which I can pursue as my value proposition. And finally, I want to make sure my value proposition matches the initial goals and ideals that I set out in my head. That's it for now. Next time, we're going to focus on the next step in the process, which is the demand for my product and finding the product market customer fit, effectively looking at who, what, where, when, how, and why of the attracting users and customers, and eventually generating revenue. Thanks.